Cassie was cross-examined and on yesterday by Diddy lawyers, and we learned a lot. Let's catch you up to where we are. She said they PEED on her in her mouth. She did oral so much that she had mouth sores and she had uh, infections. And we learned that after Diddy Grape her, what she said, that she went back and had a consensual relations with her. And this is while she was with her husband. So I'm going to be doing some reading from ABC News. I wanted to do this morning, girl, but the allergies came on. The house cleaners are here. You know, you have to clean before the house cleaners come. And I'm allergic to dust. So anytime I do this big cleaning, I just get this attack with allergies and just coughing and sneezing, carrying on. But anyways, hey cousins, I love you. Absolutely. Shout out to you, cousins. I really do. I love and appreciate your comments. Thank you so much for your love and support. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here. Let's just say Diddy is an animal. He's a predator. But that does not
they said
from helping other women not to become the Cassies of this world. Like, do we need to have another Cassie? No, we do not. Okay, let's go.
They said Cassie FaceTime her husband while she was getting cracked by Diddy.
This is day 5 of the Diddy trials. I'm about to give you.
So this happened today. She testified that you know, while she went over there having relations with Diddy, and her husband called and FaceTimed her, and she answered. And a lot of people are thinking he put her up to this, to the whole suing him for the money, because her allowance was $30,000 to $50,000 a week allegedly. He was there. Diddy hired the husband as a exercise person, and he got her out. And this was all planned for them to get the money. And she just got another $10 million from Continental Hotel or something like that. So there's no question that Cassie was abused and taken advantage of. And there's no question that Diddy is an animal. However, she stayed with him for almost 11 years. And what I want to do is help women not to stay in these situations. Like, you could get emotional about me asking, why did she stay? And keep on mentioning that she stayed. But at the end of the day, she did stay with him, and she went back. And even after he graped her, she went back and slept with him. So how do we help women not get themselves in these positions? That's the question. Okay?
Give you guys key moments of what Cassie said that had social media in a frenzy. Cassie admitted that while she was with her husband again, she linked up with Diddy and got it on because through a text she stated that she wanted to embrace him. The husband.
Why?
FaceTime her in the midst of her getting greased. She stated she does not hate Diddy, that she still has love for the past and what it was. I don't even.
Right, and she kept texting him, checking in. Hey, how are you? What's up? Just checking in, just sending in love. Okay.
You know what that means? Messages show that while she was with her husband, she told Diddy that she wouldn't be at this beautiful point in her life without him. She also stated that she went back to keep linking up with Diddy after he R-worded her.
Wow.
While she was with this guy right here.
Why? I know all the excuses you guys are going to say, but what we do over here is help women to choose a different path, a better path. Okay? We over here, we do not make excuses. We take accountability, and we want to help women to make better choices the next time around. Okay? If I can save one Cassie, I'm happy.
She stated that she left Diddy forever after Kim Porter's funeral because Diddy called Kim Porter his soulmate, stating that
right, his soulmate was Kim Porter and not her. And in some of this stuff I'm going to read, if I can get to it, because I don't want this video to be long, she was upset that 7 years she still hadn't really met the kids, and she wasn't a part of the children's lives, and she wanted to be married to him, and she wanted to have a baby with him, and she wanted to be the one. She didn't just want to be a piece of meat. So ladies, recognize when these men are treating you just like a piece of meat. It don't take 11 years to realize you're just a piece of meat. Okay?
Basically hurt her feelings, and that's when she knew to solidify it with her husband. Also,
so basically, she finally cut it off with Diddy and married her husband because Diddy said Kim Porter was his soulmate. So did you really love the husband? I'm going to do a video on the husband because he is Jesus in the flesh. Okay? Cassie's husband is Jesus in the flesh. Either he's Jesus in the flesh or he's just trying to get a payday. Cassie has gotten $30 million so far out of this situation. And so he's probably going to stay there and bleed the $30 million until it's done, because it will get done. Because there's no way you was getting $30,000, $40,000 a week and you broke, you ain't got no money. Even if it's $30,000, $40,000 a month. Because the husband, he ain't on nothing. He ain't have no exercising thing. The money's going to get done. Maybe she'll write a book then. So she finally decided to marry the husband because Diddy said Kim was his soulmate. And here we were all happy that the girl done got up and moved on and got married, y'all. The man probably married her because he saw opportunity to sue Diddy later, and he married her because she's trauma bonded, because she was rejected.
So she originally thought she completely broke it off with Diddy when she first started dating her husband after he got with the woman Gina. But again, she officially never seen Diddy and married her husband after he's called Kim Porter his soulmate.
Okay, so another thing I was reading today, and I'll do another video on this. She named her daughter after Diddy. Frankie Black. That was one of their aliases to book hotels and stuff, and he would call her Frankie. She would call him Frankie. She named her daughter Frankie and said it means freedom. Why would you name your daughter after somebody who is so terrible and an animal and a predator? I'm just asking the questions, okay? I don't understand. Let me get in this article quick before my baby comes home. I've been trying all day, but I was just sniffling and just really congested. And even though I had on a mask, I guess I have to find some better mask for when I'm cleaning, because it's really horrible for me. It's like I have a cold, but it's not a cold. It's actually allergies. Okay, here we go. So again, let's remember, Diddy is an animal. He's a predator. He's a terrible human being. He's a narcissist. He did terrible things to this girl and multiple women. But the question we want to ask and answer over here, how do we not get ourselves in these positions? How do we help young women not get themselves into these positions? And if you do, how do you get out right away? This is why I keep telling you, ladies, the moment you see something you don't like, you need to leave. Don't stick around. Do not stick around. Okay, let's go. The latest Cassie is being cross-examined after exposing this bias. So this was yesterday, okay? The RMBC Cassie is being cross-examined Thursday after 2 days of testimony recounting tumultuous details of life with ex-boyfriend Sean Diddy Combs. The R&B singer Cassie is being cross-examined after 2 days of testimony recounting tumultuous details of life with her ex-boyfriend Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutors allege Combs used his fame and fortune to orchestrate an empire of exploitation, coercing women into abusive ex-parties. His lawyers argue that all the actual acts were consensual, and although he could be violent, he never veered into ex-trafficking and racketeering. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, ex-trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs' 7 attorneys are led by New York lawyer Mark Agnifilo and also includes Teeny, who has expertise in sexual misconduct cases, and attorney Brian Steele, who represented Young Thug in a lengthy trial before the rapper pleaded guilty to gang, drug, and powwow charges. Celebrity lawyer Mark, Teeny's father, has advised the team. Defense attorney Anna Estavo began the cross-examination on Thursday. It's a good thing they had a woman, okay, and not a man. Here's the latest. Estavo is confronting Cassie with loving emails and text messages she and the hip-hop mogul exchanged early on after using BlackBerry devices in the era before iPhones. So they're going over all these text messages since she claimed she was forced to do everything. Okay. In 2008 email, Cassie told Combs she was a lucky woman. She says, "I love you so much," she wrote after Combs thanked her for flying to Atlanta to be with him. This they are calling ex-trafficking. To me, it is not ex-trafficking. I haven't heard or seen anything yet that has to do with ex-trafficking. To me, ex-trafficking are girls you tie them up, you have them all in, and you traffic them. Okay, in August 2009, in a message sent when Combs went by the money for Puffy, the rapper star told her, "I love you so much, it makes me cry." But and let's be clear, he didn't love her. She was a piece of meat. He didn't love her. Cassie replied, "You hungry, Pop Pop?" She testified that Pop Pop was a nickname she used for Combs while he sometimes called her baby girl. He said no, to which Cassie told him to let her know if he changed his mind. In April 2010, Cassie told Combs, "Going to sleep now so it can be tomorrow faster and you can be home. Love you." Combs replied, "I love you, baby." Prosecutors are objecting frequently, and the judge is rejecting many of the objections, appearing to be giving the defense some breathing room in the early stages of its examination. I mean, what are y'all objecting for? Did she text? Are these her text messages? Did she say all of these things? Huh? Did she say she loved him and she miss him and want to feed him? Estavo has begun by questioning Cassie in a gentle tone of voice. It's notable because so many cross-examination can begin with efforts to unsettle and agitate a witness. This approach was the opposite as Estavo began by asking about their relationship. Cassie responded yes to a series of questions. "You and Sean Combs were in love for 11 years. You loved him and believed that he loved you," of which she answered yes. So, ladies, if he's saying he loves you, is what he's doing to you is that lovable. Okay? Ladies dating for marriage, meeting these men out here. He says he loves you. Are the things he's doing to you lovable? Your love for Combs explain why it hurt so badly when he lied. Yes. When he cheated on you, Estavo continued. Yes, Cassie said. Judge Arun began Thursday by talking to lawyers about evidence as final ground rules are set before the cross-examination by defense attorney Anna. He denied a request by defense lawyer to introduce text communications between Combs and Cassie that would include reference to specific actual act. Letters were filed with the judge overnight from both sides. The judge said he wanted to eliminate unfair prejudice or victimization of witnesses. Prosecutors also complained that overnight Wednesday, defense lawyers dumped 400 enormous duplicators documents as potential exhibits on prosecutors. A defense lawyer responded that many of the documents will never be offered as exhibits during the cross-examination. There usually aren't many last-minute ground rules to go over for questioning a witness, but lawyers can argue for an hour and stay up until 3 a.m. filing letters over minor facets of law that court observers untrained in legal precedents wouldn't know or care about. Thursday's discussion went on for nearly an hour. The judge said that with one of his rulings, 99.9% of the evidence is not being impaired. Yes, Combs 55 has been held at federal jail in Brooklyn since September. We already know that. His former jet black hair is now almost completely gray because dye isn't allowed at the detention center. Combs, who had his own fashion line, wore yellow jail uniform in pre-trial hearings, but for trial, the judge said he can have up to 5 button-down shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 5 sweaters, 5 pairs of socks, and 2 pairs of shoes without laces. I was wondering why he showed up in the yellow jail suit. Okay. He interacted with his lawyers but remained largely stoic as Cassie testified on Tuesday. During a break, he made a heart shape with his hand and mouthed thank you to one of his twin daughters. He also blew a kiss to his mother. I don't know why the girls were there. Okay, use a predator. You know what? I feel sorry. I'm gonna do a separate video. I feel sorry for all the kids. I feel sorry for Sean Combs kids. I feel sorry for Cassie kids because all them demons is lined up. All them sexual, dirty, nasty demons have rights to those kids. Cassie girls, demons are lined up. The Sean Combs kids, demons are are lined up. Them boys probably already started getting into stuff. And he got 3 beautiful daughters. Oh, baby, those demons are lined up. I know some of y'all be in your feelings about that, but the devil has rights to them. Do you understand? When you get involved in all this nasty, dirty, sinful stuff, it trickles down to your children. This is why we should live a life that is pleasable and acceptable before God. No, am I saying we're perfect? No, we are not. But we are to try our very best to live a good and decent life. All these crazy sexual fantasies y'all have, you need to get married and get them out in your husband or in your wife. If it's allowable. If not, take it down to the church and put it on the altar, under the cross, and under the blood. Under federal court rules, no photos or video of the trial will be allowed. Courtroom sketches are permitted. She cried several times, but for the most part remained composed and matter of fact as she talked about some of the most sensitive subjects anyone could imagine. Expresses in a courtroom packed with family and friends of Combs, journalists, and one row of spectator seats occupied by Cassie's supporters. Cassie is in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy with her 3rd child with personal trainer Alex Fine. They married in 2019 and she sued Combs in 2023, right? Because they ain't got no money. They don't run out of money. That baby Cassie got, oh, honey, those demons are lined up. Those demons are lined up. Do you know why? Because God is a legal God. Satan is right there, and he said, oh, I got rights to these kids, all them dirty, nasty demons that she allowed in her is lined up for her children. I pray to God she find a pastor. She gonna have to find one of them old church, one of those old Kojic churches that believe in speaking in tongues and casting out demons and getting the oil to cast those spirits out of her and out of her kids. And no, don't tell me God wouldn't. No. God is a legal God. The enemy, let me tell y'all what happened in the spirit. When a child is formed, the devil lines up, and if nobody has taken authority over those demons, hold on, my baby's home. The devil lines up, and he has rights to the bloodline, and there's nothing God can do. Why? Jesus said, whatever you bound in heaven shall be bound on earth. So if you don't have a praying mama, for somebody who's praying, Cassie didn't go seek God, get saved, get delivered, and was taught to bind those demonic sexual evil demons that she allowed inside of her. Those demons lined up and is in those children, in that bloodline. Y'all better read your Bible. This is why God don't want us sleeping around, ladies, because we're incubators, right? The men release their seed and they release their seeds in us. That's why a lot of women, y'all have problems with your husbands, because your husband's seed and all the demons you done slept with, their seeds is fighting against your husband's seed. That's why you got to get delivered. The same thing with the men. They done sow so much wheat seed that they're not satisfied with their wives. That's why they got to get delivered. Okay, let's read on. Defense lawyers have indicated that the cross-examination of Cassie that will begin this morning will likely be finished by the end of Friday court session. I totally agree with that. People was mad at that. No, the prosecutors had her for 3 days. The defense should have her for 3 days, okay? The trials in the courtroom of House District Judge Aram. He is a Columbia Law School graduate, once clerk for Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and was appointed federal judge by President Joe Biden in 2022. The prosecutor team consists of 8 assistant U.S. attorneys, 7 of them women. They included Maureen, move along. Team of 7 attorneys led by New York lawyer Margaret. We already read that. Also on the defense team is Atlanta attorney Brian Steele, who represented Young Thug in a trial that went on for nearly 2 years. Defense lawyers say they will be scrutinizing how infidelity fueled the combustible nearly 11-year relationship between the R&B singer and the music mogul who controlled her career. Defense attorney Teeny suggested yesterday during a discussion between lawyers and the judge that the game plan for today was changing on the fly out of necessity. She didn't get into particulars, but she told the judge that the question of Cassie by prosecutors over 2 days has gone much differently than I expected. She added, so we are kind of changing our strategy. Agnophilia later told the judge that questioning Cassie about infidelity is important. Everybody knows that we are going to bring up infidelities, that we're going to want to bring up text messages and infidelity, and these text messages are often in colorful language, he said. After the jury was sent home for the day, lawyers scrubbed over ground rules for the cross-examination Cassie, which is set to begin at 9 a.m. Agnophilia said infidelity would be featured subject of the question that is expected to stretch until days and Friday. We have warned our defense on our sleeves since the first bail hearing. Agnophilia, everybody knows we are going to bring up infidelity sex messages. Cassie alleging years of Grape and abuse. The suit was settled within hours, but was followed by dozens of similar legal claims. So people started claiming. Okay, let's move on. There's not much. So basically, a lot of stuff came out yesterday. Okay, y'all, since I don't want this video to be too long, I'm gonna come back and read some of the text messages that was sent out, like, you know, she's always ready to do free calls, and I'm horny and I want to F and all this stuff. And I want to know what you think. Comment below, let me know what you think of the what happened yesterday. Today was her last day. She testified. I think it was only fair for the defense to have her for 2 days too. The prosecutors have her for 2 days or 3 days. The defense should have her for 2 or 3 days. And I'm glad that a lot of stuff came out. I'm gonna do a video about the husband, honey, because he is Jesus. Because, honey, he must be doing it for the money, child. Because there ain't no way, child. Okay, I love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.